Hello and welcome to Mastering Microsoft Excel video series. This is video number 7 where we are going to learn about data sorting or arranging the data in a specific order to meet specific requirements. Now, first of all, we need to understand, is it necessary to arrange the data and send it to someone? Understand, if someone is asking you a report, if you send it however the way you manage it, then it is very difficult for the end user to look at the data and understand what you really want to communicate from that data. Later, you might have to go to their place or to their cabin to explain them what is this report is communicating. So remember, whenever somebody is requesting you to send a report, ask them what they want to infer from that report or what they want to understand from that report. So whichever they are mentioning, catch those keywords which are typically going to be the headers on your data. Arrange the data in that specific order by that particular headers and then send it to them so that it is easier for them to look at your data and understand the data better compared to sending it shuffled or without arranging it. Without much ado, let's get into the Excel screen and let's try to understand what are the different methods we have when it comes to arranging the data. You can arrange based on one single column. You can arrange based on more than one column, like 2 or 3, even 10 columns at a time. There are times where you might have to arrange the data not in alphabetical order. You might need to arrange it in a specific order which the business can understand it, like fast moving goods and slow moving goods, or putting the month names in a specific order by which I follow the financial year. So there are many places you might have to break the rule of going with standard alphabetical order. We will also see that how do we do such kind of sorting. Not only that, if there are colored cells on your data, example, people used to color the data based on many contexts. Let's say, for example, it's highly sensitive data or non-sensitive data, high priority, medium priority, low priority. So if you have a colored data, you can arrange them based on colors as well. So when you send that report to the person, he would know where exactly he has to focus and which one he has to prioritize. And finally, while we are wrapping up the video, we will also learn about how do you arrange a data if it is not in a vertical layout and if it's a horizontal layout. And you don't have the flexibility of transposing them into vertical layout for arranging. So we'll also see how Excel treats the horizontal layout of data, and by which when you complete all these 4 levels of sorting, that means you are really good at arranging the data in Excel. So without much ado, let's get into the Excel screen. Let's try to understand how do you perform this practically on the Excel with the data. So for this exercise, we are using the data which you're seeing right now, for which the downloadable link will also be available for you to go ahead and download it for your practice. Yeah. So the first example we're going to take here. So let's say the person is asking you to send data which tells about how the billings are done. Okay, so can you send me the billing data? He's simply asking you, can you send me the billing data? So the moment you get that kind of question, billing data, and think about it, he have not given you any kind of context here, whether he is looking at the billing amount based on the product, based on the salesperson, based on the sales territory. He hasn't given you any kind of context. So if that is the case, his intention is only towards the numbers. So it's a monetary value. So obviously think about what would be the interest of that person when he's looking at. For example, if I'm a sales head of the sales, then I would love to see it by highest bill amount to the lowest bill amount. Or if it's a cost data, then if I'm a finance person, I would love to see it by lowest cost to the highest cost. Or if it's a units, highest units, lowest units, or lowest units, highest units. If I have a date, then probably I would love to see it from the first sale date till the latest sale date also. It depends on the data what I am presenting to the person. In this context, he is asking, just give me the data containing the bill amount which is only the monetary value. So I want to arrange and give it to him based on the bill amount. Right now you can see the data is not arranged in any specific order in bill amount. So I would love to put this in highest bill amount to the lowest bill amount, so which will help him to consume this report better. So how would I do this? Now this sorting, this arrangement is entirely based on just one column. So whenever you do sorting on your data based on one column, those type of sortings we term it as single level sorting. So whenever you're sorting the entire table based on one column only, then there is no need to select the data. You just need to select any one cell in that column by which you want to sort the data or by which you want to arrange the data. Simply right click on the selected cell. Now in our case we are trying to arrange this based on the bill amount, so I'm selecting any one cell in the bill amount and right clicking on the selected cell. Now the moment I do the right click, you can see there is an option called sort. We're gonna go for that, and the moment I go there, you can see it gives me a choice already in the top two, whether you would love to sort this by smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So my intention is to present him the highest billing till the lowest billing. So I would go for largest to smallest. The moment I do it, the data is now arranged in the way I want to present to him. Now look at it. The bill amounts are arranged in such a way that it is highest to lowest. Now the process is completed, but how would I know that whether it arranged only the data in that column or has it also taken the relevant data together or the related data also together? So what do I mean by that? When this number got shifted, has it also taken the nearby columns related to that or not? So we need to confirm that, isn't it? So I'm going to press Control Z or Control Z, however you call. So I'm going to press that so that we come back to the older way how the data was before sorting. To confirm my data is going along with its related information, I am just going to select some rows and I'm going to color it. Now I'm going to do that same operation what I did last time. So when the colors are intact in the same row, that is a solid proof that the process what we are doing is not messing up the data. It is taking the relevant data together. So this is a good practice which I want you guys to follow when you're working on very sensitive data. I will also give you one more interesting input and very important input for the pro users when you guys are working with the top leadership team. This is very crucial for you, so keep watching the video. So I'm going to go ahead and select any one of the cell here and right click, and I'm going to go to the sort and I'm going to click on largest to smallest. Now you could see that the colors are intact on the same row. That means the related data also goes along with it. So you can be 200% confident that whatever you did is perfectly right. Now I'm going to press Ctrl Z or Ctrl Z again just to give you the last important input, which is for the pro users, even for everybody. When you guys are working with the senior level management team, when you're arranging it, there are instances which I have heard personally during my training experiences, during my work experiences, that after we complete sorting the data, let's say you sorted the data, you closed the file and you have sent it to him in the email. Now he's saying, hey, can you put the data back again, however the data was before the sorting. Now think the question here, he is asking you to roll back to the older way how the data was before the sorting. Now understand, you have already saved it, you have already attached it, and you have already sent it to him. Now that is not possible unless otherwise, if you follow my last suggestion, that whenever you are working with the team which might ask you to roll back the changes, it's better always to have a serial number column in your data. So what I'm going to do, just insert one extra column in my data, and I want to put it as a serial number, the header, or you could put helper, whatever the header you would love to keep it. I'm going to type 1, 2, and I want to select these two cells where I typed 1, 2 and double click so that it gets filled sequentially till the last row of the data. Just for the understanding, I've kept this data very small, but whatever you guys are learning from this video will work despite of any voluminous data. Yeah, it will work irrespective of any voluminous data. All right, so we got the serial number column, which is basically the helper column. So let's get the same format here. Okay, so let's say I'm going to do the same sorting this time. So right click on any one of the cell in the bill amount, right click, sort largest to smallest. Now it has done the sorting. Now if that same person who was requesting you to roll back to the older way how the data was before the sorting, remember now you can, because you got the serial number column, you can always go back to the serial number column, select any one cell in that column, right click, sort smallest to largest. You're back again to the way how the data was earlier before the sorting. This is something I suggest you if you're working with the people who keeps changing their decisions very often. Then it's better, instead of keeping a backup copy of the same data, multiple Excel files, you could do this one step extra and save your number of files or number of copies of the same file. Now for the convenience purpose, you can even hide this column if you don't want to show to that person, and you can still work on that data as well. So it's all up to you. Okay, so we understood how do you sort the data based on one column. How do you verify that it has taken the related data also by coloring the entire row. And I've also given a very valuable input that in case if you want to roll back to the way how it was earlier before the sorting, it is better to include a serial number column, which will always save you like the best friend at time when you need it. Yeah. All right, so let's try this single column sorting in one more area. So can I try this on a unit supply? Let's go ahead and see. Select any one cell, right click, sort, smallest to largest, bingo, done. So let me try this on a text. Will it work? Select any one of the product category, right click, sort, A to Z, perfect, done. So it is possible that single click trick will work provided there is no break in between the data. Remember, the process what I'm teaching you will work in your data provided there is no break. What do I mean by there is no break? There should not be any blank row in between your data. If you have that, what happens is the data, when you try this thing, the data just arranges only up to the last row before the break, not the rest of the data, which you can see here. That's the issue which happens. So please make sure that these kind of blank rows you have to delete, and then you have to start doing the work. Yeah. All right, so even if you have a blank column, it's better to delete these blank columns and blank rows before you go for data arrangement. Yeah. All right, so we understood this single level sorting can be performed in any column irrespective of the data type, whether you have a date, time, text, numbers, it works perfectly. Now let's say I would love to sort this by multiple column. Now the next person who is asking you the report gives you some context. He's saying, hey, can you give me salesperson wise the billing report? Let me repeat the word. He is saying, can you give me the report which explains salesperson wise the billing? Salesperson wise the billing. So now he has given you the context. Now he would love to see salesperson wise billing. So there are two columns involved here, salesperson and the bill amount. Okay, so if I do not sort and send it to him, it's quite difficult for him. He has to put a filter to see the performance of each salesperson. That's something I don't want to give him that complexity. I want to make his life easier. Always the thumb rule in our video series, when you guys are learning it, always make sure your report is reader friendly, not creator friendly. So it's very important the person who consumes your report or looks at your report should understand the report easily, else whatever report you create has completely failed to meet the requirement for the business. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out, how I'm going to solve this guy's expectations right now. So I'm going to come back to the old way how the data was using the serial number column. So let's bring it back. Now we're back again. So salesperson wise the bill amount. So I'm going to select any one cell in the data, right click, go to sort. This time I cannot use these first two options, because this first two options I can use only when I'm doing it based on just one column, but this time it's more than one column, so I definitely have to go to custom sort. So when I click, what happens at the back end is it automatically selects my entire data and it brings up that sort dialog box for me. Okay, now there is a shortcut key as well to bring this sort dialog box, which is not a shortcut, it's an access key. I've told you already the difference between the access keys and the shortcut key in my earlier videos. If you haven't watched it, please do watch the earlier videos and you can follow along if you want to get it. But just to give you a short input about the access key, you should not press and hold any key while you're using this key combinations. Okay, so when I want to get this sort dialog box through the keyboard shortcut, through the access key, it is Alt B inside the data, Alt D for data, yes for sort. So Alt D S will bring the dialog box automatically for you. Now when it comes in, there are a few things you have to observe. If you have done any previous data arrangement on this data, obviously it is going to show you here. So you can see that it is telling me, hey, this data is already arranged by serial number in the order smallest to largest. Do you want to do something different here? Yes, I want to do it by salesperson wise. So I'm going to click the first drop down. I'm going to say salesperson, and it's asking me what's the order you would love to put it. It is A to Z. I'm going to choose it, but you can choose Z to A as per your requirement as well. So I want to keep it as A to Z. Now, after I arrange the salesperson, would you like to arrange anything pertaining to the salesperson? I want to say yes, of course. I want you to arrange the bill amount of the salesperson. So for each salesperson, I want to see his billings from highest to lowest. So I want to get the billing amount here, but I do not have the next drop down to choose the billing amount. In order to get that, I have to use the button add level. So when I click the add level, I get the next drop down, which gives me the provision to choose the next field after the salesperson. Look at the word also, then by. So after the data sorted by salesperson, what's the next column you want to get it done by? So I want to get it done by bill amount, and the order I would love to see it is largest to smallest. A quick input for you here, for the pro users, for the experienced users. Did you notice that Excel is automatically selecting the header in the drop down? How come it is happening? In sometimes you won't see this headers coming up in this drop down. Instead you will see column A, column B, column C. Whenever you don't see the actual headers of your data, understand this checkbox was not kept active. If this is not kept active, you will not see the respective header. You will be seeing like column A, column C. Watch this. When I deactivate it, you can see it's referring the column. When I activate it, it is showing me the header. All right, so here we go. We have selected the respective columns by which we want to arrange the data. We're going to click OK, and there you go. Watch it. The first arrangement is done for the salesperson 1, and if you look at the data, highest bill amount is done by this person is almost 6 crore. I'm sorry, 60 lakh and 55,000 in terms of Indian way of looking at the monetary value. All right. Otherwise, if I need to talk like an American, it is almost 6 million we have here, and here you could see his lowest billing amount as well. So likewise for the salesperson 2, what's his best, what's his worst? Salesperson 3, what's his best, what's his worst? All I'm presenting him in the way he would love to see it. So this way, when you give the data to the end user, it helps him to analyze even the salesperson level performance. Now he can even put a filter, and the data is already arranged as well. Yeah, for him to add a few more value to this report, you can even give a different coloring for each salesperson so that it automatically colors each salesperson data in different color, and then you can present the report accordingly. So how do I highlight it automatically using the salesperson name? That's something we'll be learning in our upcoming videos. We can do that such kind of action using the tool conditional formatting, which we will be seeing it in our upcoming videos during the data visualization areas. All right, so now we have done multiple column based sorting as well. Now let's go to the third level of sorting. So the first level of sorting is one column based, second level of sorting is multiple column based, and the third is the color based sorting. Watch this. Let's say these colorings, what this person has done has a context behind it. So let's say the red colors are the one which I have to prioritize to get the pending payments. Okay, so the green colors can wait. The yellow is the second priority. So the top priority is the red shaded one. This next second priority is the amber shaded or the yellowish color or the orangish, whatever you term it. I'm talking about this color, and the least priority goes to the green. So all the red has to be in one place, all the yellow has to be in one place, all the green has to be in one place. So how do I arrange the data based on color? Again, so there's many ways to do it, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it. So first you start with the one which you want to put it at the bottommost one. Okay, so the one which I want to put it at the bottommost, probably the green. So I click on any green cell, right click, sort, watch the option, put selected cell color on the top. So I'm going to go for that third option. So now the green is appearing on the top. Then I go for the amber one or the orangish or the yellow shaded. Select any one, right click, sort, put selected cell color on the top. Now what happened? The orange or the amber shaded is appearing over the green. And then I go for the red, select any one red, right click, sort, again put selected cell color on the top. So look at the way the data is now arranged. So when you want to arrange by the color, then you can actually go ahead and do in the way like start with the one which has to be pushed to the bottom, then come from bottom to top approach. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. Okay, so right click on the colored area, then you go to the sort and choose the option put selected cell color on the top, and that's gonna bring those cells to the top, and then you're just adding up layer above layer so that the top priority one automatically comes on the top. Let's say you want to do it through the dialog box, not through this method. So let me take you through the dialog box method. Okay, so I'm going to use the shortcut key Alt DS. So we have it. Now, which is the column I want to sort by? Units supplied. Choose it. The second drop down, which we haven't touched last time. So it's asking, are you sorting based on values? Well, obviously not here, because I'm sorting based on what? Cell color. The moment you choose cell color, I want you to watch what happens before this order. See, you can see right now there is one extra component or one extra drop down started to appear when you choose the cell color or the font color, where you can click this downward arrow and it will start showing you what are the unique colors available in that column. Now the reason why I'm taking you through this process is, so let's say that you have around 7 to 10 colors, but you don't want to do it by all the colors. You want to just do it by 2 or 3 colors. Rest you want to put it at the bottom, however they are appearing, you don't mind about it. Then this would be the better approach to go for it. So here the first one I would love to keep it on top is the red, followed by amber. So how do I get the next level is add level. But when I click add level, the problem is I have to choose the unit supplied, the cell color. Watch this. Every option I have to select here. Unit supplied, cell color. Then I have to go here and choose amber. So instead of doing this way, so let's say I want to save my little effort, just using copy level so that I can choose just the color alone. And copy level, choose the color alone. So should I need to disturb anything here? Obviously no. So what is the way we should understand? First it's asking the entire data set, which one you want to put it on the top, the red. After the red is placed on the top, in the left out data, which is that you want to put it on the top, it's amber. In the left out data which you want to put it on the top is then the green. So there's no disturbance to be done here. Once you have chosen the color sequence correctly, click OK. Again, we have done the same process, and that's how you do color based arrangement. Whether it is a cell color or the font color, you can go by the same approach. In case if you have used the conditional formatting in your data, you would also use the options like conditional formatting icons, which we will see it in our upcoming videos. But right now for this video, if you are aware of cell color and font color, that's more than sufficient to handle the data arrangement requirement. So we have seen the third level of sorting also: single level, multi-level, color level. Let's go to the fourth level of sorting, which is basically advanced level, and that too very specific context requirement. We'll see what am I talking about in the next sheet. So watch this time. They want you to arrange the data based on product, but not in alphabetical order. If it is alphabetical order, I could simply select any one product, right click, sort, and that's going to get it done. But they're saying they don't want it by alphabetical order, they want it based on this order which they see it on the right side. Now watch this. The order which I have it on the right side does not follow any alphabetical order. So there are instances in business where you might have to arrange the data based on a specific arrangement, because only then the business leaders understand it better, or the end user understands it better. It might not be the alphabetical order at all. A simple example in our personal life: if you take the order of the month names, Jan to December is not an alphabetical order, obviously no, but that's how everybody understands when it comes to the order of the months while we say it. So remember that there are instances in business as well to go beyond the normal ordering process and arrange it based on specific order. So if that is your case, how do you go about such requirement? Step number one: make sure you have the order by which you want to arrange the data, like what I have it on the right side. So the first step you have to do, you have to upload this to the Excel so that Excel would use it as and when you call it. So how do I upload this to Excel? Step number one: select that order which you have it already prepared and kept, and I go to the file, which takes me to the backstage view, and I go to the options, which is on the bottom left corner, and that gets me Excel option screen, in which I move to advanced and I scroll down to the bottommost extreme to access this button which says edit custom list. Why am I coming over there? If you read the text before the button which says create list for using in sorts and fill sequence, so we are creating a list which we want to use it during our sorting, and that's why we are here. So let's go ahead and click edit custom list, and that brings up this dialog box. All I have to do, if you look at the bottommost place here, it says import list from the cells. Because we have selected and we came to this area, the selected cells are reflecting here. If you have not selected it and if you have directly landed to this dialog box, the first thing to do is click inside this box and you have to select the list. Remember, while you're selecting the list, never select the header, because header is not part of your data. So I'm just going to click on this import button. Now the list got added to the family, which you can see right now. When I click the import, it has happened. All I have to do after this is click OK, which takes you back to the Excel option screen. Click OK again, you're back to the data. Remember, nothing will happen on the data. Reason: you have not clicked on the data or worked on the data yet. So we are outside the data. Now let's go inside the data and get this process done. So click inside the data now. We just need to right click anywhere on the data, go to sort, but remember, we would not choose A to Z or Z to A. We are going to custom sort. And which is the column we are sorting by? Product category. And we come to the last drop down which says order, where it's asking, hey Hari, would you like to put it at A to Z or Z to A? No, we need custom list. So we're gonna go for the custom list, and it's going to take us to that custom list dialog box. Now you guys understand that why we are uploading the custom list first and then sorting next. This is the reason. Now, which is the custom list I want to follow? This is the custom list which I want to follow, and I'm going to choose that and click OK, and that list gets populated into the sort dialog box. Click OK again. Now watch the beautiful output. The data is now arranged in the way you want to see. The best part, the list, once it is uploaded, you can use them in any Excel in that computer, not another computer. So any Excel, if you want the same ordering to be done, you don't have to go back and prepare the list and upload it again. The uploaded list will be permanently available in your Excel in that computer, whether it's laptop or desktop, it will be there in that computer. Yeah, so I've shown you how you have to arrange the data by a specific order, not the alphabetic order. The first step, you always have to upload the list to the Excel by going to the place, file, options, advanced, and edit custom list, import, okay, and okay. Once you uploaded it, then come back to the data, sort it based on that custom list. Done. All right, so we got to see just one last thing to wrap up this video. What happens if your data is not vertical data and it's a horizontal data, but still you want to arrange this data? So watch this. This is a horizontal layout. I want to arrange this data based on the let's say the salesperson. Then how would I go about it? Excel is built for vertical data structure, not for horizontal. When it comes to horizontal, how do you manage it? How do you make the Excel to read it in a horizontal pattern? So step number one, when you're arranging the data in a horizontal table, select only the data, not the header. So I left the first column, which is precisely the header, and I've selected only the data. Now I go to the sort dialog box by right clicking on my selection, sort and custom sort. Now when I go here, it's reading the data still vertically. As you can see, the word is column, but I want to read this in a row fashion. So how would I change this? I go to this options button and I will say, hey, don't read this top to bottom. It's not vertical data, it's horizontal. Start reading it left to right. So when I click OK, the word got changed from column to row. Now you are ready to give the input. The next critical part is, because you're not selecting with the header and because Excel is not built for horizontal structures, it won't give you any kind of headers here. See here, you cannot even access that component which says my data as header. So you need to remember specific row number by which you want to arrange the data. Yeah, so I want to arrange this data based on the let's say salesperson. So I have to say row number 2 is what has the salesperson name. So and the order I want to arrange it is A to Z. So watch this, salesperson 148588. So we don't have it in proper order. We're gonna go ahead and say, why don't you put this in proper order, so that it appears salesperson 1, salesperson 4, salesperson 5, and then the salesperson 8. Yeah, so let's click OK and watch it whether it does it. Yes, you could see here it has done it. 145888, we have it. So I can do it by multiple columns also, like we did for the vertical data sorting. Everything is completely acceptable, but the two critical things which you have to do is selecting only the data, not the header, then going to that option and saying that read the data from left to right instead of top to bottom. All right, so that takes us to the end of the video. Here we have seen all the 5 different levels of sorting, which is single column, multiple column, color level, user specific level, horizontal level. Also you have seen it. Yeah, so the file is available for you to download for practice. You do have the shortcut key PDF and you do have the quiz to confirm your learnings as well. So we will meet again with another interesting input in the upcoming video. Until then, keep practicing. That gives you confidence to learn more. We will catch up again with the next interesting input. Take care of yourself. Signing off, Hariharan.